Welcome, welcome. In this video, we're talking about Wheelock Chapter 24. The three concepts are Ablative Absolute, Future Passive Periphrastic, and Dative of Agent. So first, for the Ablative Absolute, let's go back and look at our Latin participles. There is a present active participle, laudans, laudantis, but no present passive participle. Let's look at the present active in a sentence. Cicero Senecam laudans, praising Seneca, senatui dixit, spoke to the Senate. There is also a perfect passive participle, so I can say Seneca laudatus, Seneca having been praised, gratias Ciceroni egit, gave thanks to Cicero. But there is no perfect active participle. So in Latin, there is no way to say Cicero having praised, perfect active, having praised Seneca, departed. Instead, what they do in Latin is they say, with Seneca having been praised, Cicero departed. We don't know who praised Seneca. We just know, with Seneca having been praised, Cicero departed. In Latin, you put Seneca in the ablative case, and then you make having been praised, the perfect passive participle, agree with it in gender, number, and case, so also ablative. That's your ablative absolute. Ablative noun plus either an ablative participle or sometimes another ablative noun or adjective. So, I can say Seneca laudato, with Seneca having been praised, Cicero discacit, Cicero departed. Now, one important thing about the ablative absolute is that no noun inside the ablative absolute can be referring to the same person or thing as a noun outside of the ablative absolute in the main sentence. So, Seneca laudato Cicero discessit is grammatically correct because Seneca and Cicero are not the same person. You are not allowed to say in Latin, Seneca laudato, with Seneca having been praised, Seneca discessit, Seneca departed. It's grammatically unnecessary and therefore grammatically incorrect because Seneca is the subject of the sentence, and you simply need a perfect passive participle in the masculine nominative singular to agree with him. So, laudatus, having been praised, Seneca discessit, Seneca departed. All right, second topic, future passive periphrastic. Some grammar books will call this the Gerundive of Obligation, so just keep both in mind because you will see both in different textbooks and different grammar books. So periphrastic just means the use of many words to express a single idea. We've actually seen this before in the perfect passive system. So laudatus sum is a perfect passive participle plus a present indicative of to be to together communicate the concept of first person singular perfect passive indicative, I was praised. So periphrastic just means using many words to say a single concept. So let's look at our participles again. The future passive participle, laudandus a is also called the gerundive. That's why this construction could either be called future passive periphrastic or the gerundive of obligation. So, in the sample sentence with a gerundive, a future passive participle, Cicero laudandus est, the literal translation you might be expecting is Cicero is about to be praised. But instead, in Latin, when you have the gerundive plus a form of to be, then this has a connotation of must. So Cicero must be destroyed. Again, this construction is only when you have the gerundive plus a form of to be. The future passive participle can still stand on its own as a participle modifying a noun. But when you make it the main verb with a form of to be, now we're talking about the gerundive of obligation. Last concept, dative of agent. For most passive indicatives, if you want to give the agent, you do it in the ablative case after the preposition a or ab. So, laudor, I am praised, a Cicerona, by Cicero. Laudata sum, I was praised, by Cicero. Laudabor, I will be praised, a Cicerone, by Cicero. All three of these use an ablative of agent after a or ab. But when we are talking about the future passive periphrastic construction, aka gerundive of obligation, the one where you have the gerund plus a form of to be, then if you want to state the agent, you have to do it in the dative case with no preposition. So, for example, Carthago delenda est, Carthage must be destroyed. That's the obligation. If you want to say who should destroy Carthage, you just put it in the dative case, no preposition. Carthago mihi delenda est, Carthage must be destroyed by me. Thank you. See you next time.